Hi everybody, I'm Ryan, and today we're going to talk about the standard metagame over the course of the last week. This is pulled from challenges on Magic Online and from regional championships that happened over the course of the last week. But this is the overall metagame for standard. Set at 9.8% is it Prowess, 8.9 Mono Red Aggro, 8.1 Omni Combo, 5.4 Jeskai Control, and then Orzhov Bounce at 4%. Is it Prowess being under 10% is a little wild. I think people are just like trying to find other things to play and whatnot. And if you want to look at this metagame closer, then you can go ahead and pause the video. We're going to jump right into the deck, starting with Orzhov Self Bounce, Black White Pixie, whatever you want to call it.
No, I'm not going to do an unhinged intro for the Black White Pixie decks. I'm not going to pretend I'm a Pixie. I'm a Pixie!
Black White Pixie is an interesting take on the Self Bounce deck. It still uses things like Hopeless Nightmare and Nowhere to Run and Momentum Breaker and things like that to kind of take control of the game and capitalize on bouncing things with Sunburn Kieran and Nurturing Pixie and whatnot. But also it's able to kind of exist within a Black-White mid-range deck, being able to play things like Temporary Lockdown, where, yeah, we have a lot of things that go under Temporary Lockdown when we play it, but then if we bounce Temporary Lockdown with things like Pixie and Sun Pearl, we get all those triggers again, which is actually really cool. And being able to get really big card advantage and board advantage and stuff like that with like Shieldred, Beza, Preacher, Unholy NX, and whatnot. Is a very, very strong deck.
What is it? Jeskai Dragon is coming? Oh, and he plans on like controlling us all and putting us out of our misery. I mean, I'm okay with that. Like the current establishment isn't doing very good. Oh yeah, that's a big dragon.
Jeskai Control is the premier control deck of standard. It does the general control fair things, kills things, counters things, hits a bunch of cards with stock up, but the main attraction to the deck is being able to play Shiko, which is a 4/5 that lets you cast something that costs 3 or less from your graveyard. And so it's something that you can put something to the board and get giant card advantage, or put something on the board and wipe the board with Temporary Lockdown, put something on the board and like remove something or whatever. And that's a really big swingy play that a lot of decks have a really hard time dealing with.
All right, pick a card. Okay, I'm gonna guess your card. It's the 4 of clubs. Am I omniscient?
Blue Omni is a pretty incredible combo deck. What the deck is effectively attempting to do is put Omniscience in the graveyard and then reanimate it with Abdullo's Awakening, letting you cast everything for free. Eventually being able to go infinite with Marrying River Regent, bouncing each other and whatnot. And the rest of the deck is entirely centered around digging for those things and putting those things in the graveyard.
Dude, my wife hit all the matches, so I don't even know I'm here anymore.
Mono Red Aggro is a deck that uses the Mice combos and Heartfire Hero, Emberheart Challenger, Manifold Mouse, etc., alongside a bunch of other just very aggressive cards like Screaming Nemesis and Hired Claw, Burn Spells, Pump Spells, and whatnot. It is your average Mono Red Aggro deck just with those Mice synergies. Very fast, very powerful.
Okay, but for real, look right now. Oh no, the phone fell. It was cool, I promise.
And then lastly, is it Prowess, the best and most popular deck in standard. Uses Prowess and Prowess S creatures like Monastery, Sphere, Slickshot, Show Off, Draycatcher, whatever, alongside a bunch of draw spells and pump spells like Monstrous Rage and Quarry Steelcutter, which lets you get a 1/1 with Prowess with effectively haste, trample, and +1/+1 because you can connect Quarry Steelcutter to it every time you cast your second spell each turn, and everything costs so little that it's very easy to cast 2 spells a turn. It's very fast, very hard to deal with because of Quarry Steelcutter, and plays blue, so it gets crazy card selection. But that is the standard metagame over the course of the last week. If you liked this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out on social medias. Links are above me and in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.